Annually, the Christian Allies Caucus of the Israeli Knesset, the World Jewish Congress, and the Israel Ministry of Tourism together recognize Christian leaders for their support of the State of Israel. This year's Tourism Award was presented to the Executive Director of the International Christian Embassy, Dr. Jürgen Bühler.
This evening tonight, I think, resembles this dramatic development which took place over the last years. Who of us would have thought maybe 10 years ago that an event like this would take place here in Jerusalem, where members of Knesset and Jewish ministry and organizational leaders will come together with Christian leaders in the city of Jerusalem, and where Jewish leaders would even honor Christian leaders all over the world. And I think over the last few years, some dramatic developments have been taking place in Jewish-Christian relations. One of them, I think, and this is something which the Christian Embassy have been a very active part in, that is the establishment of a Christian edition of the Jerusalem Post. Just think about this whole concept for a while, that there is a secular Jewish magazine which decides to publish a magazine for evangelical Christians. And I think it's a sign that something new is taking place here in this land. We have today Ms. Susanna Kokkonen from Yad Vashem here. She's the director of the Christian desk of Yad Vashem. Also a whole idea which is worthwhile to think about and to even speak about it a whole evening. The institution here in this land which commemorates the darkest atrocity which the Jewish people experienced through the hand of Christians decided 5 years or 6 years ago to establish a Christian desk at Yad Vashem. This is mind-boggling for me. And I think by everybody here in this country, not only the people who are sitting here tonight. The prophet of Malachi, he says in the very last verses of this prophecy, and in our Christian Bible, this is actually the very last sentence of what we call the Old Testament. And he says the time will come when God would raise a prophet like Elijah, and he would turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers. I thought many times what this sentence would mean. And of course, in our Christian circles, we speak about family relationship and family restoration. But I thought about it in another way. The previous Pope, John Paul II, he made a statement which called the Jewish people our elder brother. But to be very honest, I think it would be far more appropriate to call the Jewish people as the fathers of Christianity. Because Christianity in many ways was birthed out of Judaism. The very early Christians have been all Jews. The very moral and the very identity of who Christians are, what our ethics are basically Judeo-Christian value systems. And unfortunately, this father-son relationship was a very bad relationship for 2,000 years. And the prophet Malachi said there will come a time when God would turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers, and I believe that's what we are seeing here tonight. One of the most exciting developments in Jewish-Christian relations is the establishment of a Christian desk at Yad Vashem. The International Christian Embassy is a senior partner in this development, and Dr. Susanna Kokkonen is the director of that new department.
Since 2010, the Christian Friends of Yad Vashem has been bringing Christian leaders from all over the world to study about anti-Semitism and the Holocaust. This is a life-changing experience as this group studies with the Holocaust survivors and hears their testimonies. They tour the land, and for the first time they understand that the church was involved in the persecution of the Jews.
Please help us to bring pastors and leaders to this life-changing conference. Your prayer and your support will help us to ensure that history will not repeat itself. Visit our website at www.icej.tv or send us an email at info@icej.tv. We would love to hear from you. May the Lord bless you from Jerusalem.